guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode on the van and trike tour. There's the van, trikes on the back, and I am at the Connecticut Yankee Pedaller. We are 2 stops down in the van and trike tour. This is the second stop. Looks like it's an old movie theater, which, man, I'll tell you what, ever since I watched the movie Ghostbusters and saw them convert a firehouse into a ghost busting facility, I've always thought that was pretty cool. But we've got a couple of Terra Trike here and an HP out in front, and they're they're penny farthing. I wonder if this thing's ever seen the road. Holy moly. Hey, you guys, I'm looking for something cycling, right? Something with wheels that you pedal, you know? Do you happen to know anything?
No, we don't have any of that.
All right, I'll check you later.
First time hearing about these. What are they?
Yeah, what are these like?
Are they fun?
They're called human-powered something or other. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Nothing with wheels. Sorry.
Nothing with wheels? They're all squares.
Yes.
Okay, like the Flintstones, you know. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. This is astonishing. I gotta imagine that's the reaction that you get. All right, we're filming a little bit of a news interview, so they want to pull the trike down and have a little story about it, which I need to get the trike out anyway, so a reason to do that. It's covered in water though. All right, I just have to make sure it's not grabbing onto anything important. It's basically ready to go. I'm learning every time I take this trike off, I'm learning how to do it. I think this is a good way actually. Sort of disrobe the front half, let it sit on the seat there. That way I have access to the back rack. I let the ratchet strap go and then the trike will fall into my hands. And then I have to remove the ratchet strap, grab it underneath, and then, set it on the ground, lay it down. Oh yeah. I've done this a couple of times. Every time I get a little bit better at it. I put these covers on the pedals because they are a little bit sharp. I think they tear the material. But yeah, that's it.
The Humiston, we definitely won't drive to Humiston.
Cinder path.
Cinder path. We will go from here to Derby and back. On Monday, we're starting at Madrid, and we're going to ride to Woodward, the Des Moines River. This is this bridge, the picture that I showed you.
Oh, okay.
There.
Psychedelic.
That's the night view.
But during the day, it's probably pretty cool too, if you get the right spot.
Yeah, it's pretty cool during the day. It's just, how many places are like that at night? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think it's, it's worth seeing. We'll ride into Woodward and we can go to Perry and back. And that's about 32 miles, I think, is what it looked like.
So every one of these numbers is a bike trail in Iowa?
Yes, and
there's 51 of them. Can you give me a look around your store? Mm-hmm. Let me see. Compose yourself.
Well, yeah.
Figure out where do you start?
Well, yeah, where do I start?
Where do you begin?
Well, I mean, I've been in 4 locations.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, then we'll start you here. Fred ran the shop, and I was always going in there, and he said, "Would you like to be a partner?" And I'm going, "I don't know. Oh, maybe I would."
Yeah.
So he talked me into being a partner, and actually there were 4 of us. 3 of us were doing full-time. Fred was going to go back to school. He wanted to be an attorney, and so he was going to be going to Drake. And so we were running the shop at nights. Every one of us had day jobs. I'm a social worker by trade. And so I moved to Chariton from Ames to Iowa State, and this was my first place I moved after college, and I'm still here.
Wow.
And so anyway, as far as the window there, Fred made the window up, and that is the original window to the original shop, as you can see. Anyway, that was the first shop, and that was at 209.5 North Main, which is about a block and a half from here. In 1981, I bought the shop out, and it was just I was the sole proprietor.
Okay.
And so anyway, I moved it to my house, and you can see I got a sign up there, 613 Woodlawn, which is about a half mile from here. Then we moved out to the country, and that's the next sign over there. And we were on gravel, 2 miles of gravel. So that was first place, second place, third place. Then the fourth place that we moved was next door, where Bill is living right now. Well,
okay.
He's working out of. In 2008, we moved from that location into this building, the theater here, built in 1927.
You moved in here because it was available, but was it like really neat to move into a movie theater? I mean, did you have to remove the movie theater from the space?
No, actually, the shell of the building was here, and they were using it years back as a warehouse.
Okay, I'm thinking you're removing popcorn from the floor, you know?
No, that had been done decades previously.
The projector, you know?
Yeah. And can you imagine how many lights might be in a theater? Do you need this many lights for a theater? No.
Yeah, right. So there was a lot of wiring.
Yeah. We had to light it. We had to put floor up. You know, we had to finish everything.
How did Connecticut Yankee Pedaller become the Iowa Trike stop?
Well, I usually kid people, and I say, well, okay, my ancestors were coming up the Mississippi.
Yeah.
And they said, take a right when you get up there to Illinois. And they got their wires crossed. And they were supposed to go to Connecticut, and they ended up in Iowa. No, really. Mark Twain wrote a book, A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. And there's a part in that book, really kind of a fun little part, where he got the knights to ride the bicycles. And when the Connecticut Yankee and when King Arthur were about to be hung, the knights came riding up on their bicycles, and they saved the day. And the thought was, if they would have been riding their trusty steeds, they wouldn't have made it in time. So ditch the steed, take the bike.
Yep. And there you go, Connecticut Yankee Pedaller. You have a lot of a lot. There's a lot of a lot here. I mean, I could say that you're a trike guy, but you're not. You've got trikes and bikes, and you've got recumbent bicycles, and, you know, how would you describe yourself in a nutshell?
Repairer and purveyor of bikes, trikes, and the like.
Yeah, there you go. Up here is your showroom downstairs, as well as your showroom and shop and service center. And we're going to go on a ride, a couple of rides here in the next couple of days.
I might point out, not much is left in the theater, but if you look over here, there's some scrolling. Now, this being an old building and it was empty for a while, this is the old scrolling where only this is just the top half.
Are these solid plaster or are they hollow?
It's
a little. They're pretty solid. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, there's a lot of solid there.
Oh, and you can even see the glitter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You were saying that it was a warehouse, which it was, but it still has the curvature that is original.
That comes down to the screen.
The curvature is original, so that the form of the building is still original. That's super cool. It looks like you have everything of everything.
Well, right.
Pretty much.
When people say,
you want it, you got it. You know,
they say, well, what brands do you have? And I'm going, well, where do you want me to start? Let's talk a little bit when we talk about what your need is. Let's narrow it down a little bit.
Okay, so we just basically went around the whole shop, and I was filming drone footage. I flew the drone all through this place. I got some good stuff. Every bike shop has its own personality. It's the owners and the room and the models that they have on display and the size, And this place is pretty big. Recumbent Bikes of Tennessee, his location was smaller. He had a vast array of models. But this place is just a step above. And so I was flying the drone all throughout this place. And the fact even that it was once a movie theater, which is pretty cool. This place, different than Recumbent Bikes of Tennessee, has more bikes, which is funny because Recumbent Bikes in Tennessee didn't have as many bikes. But here we got like lots of bikes, lots of trikes, and a huge selection. He jokingly said in our little interview talk that he goes broad and not deep. So he has every model of every variation pretty much, but he doesn't have a lot of inventory of each color and model. So, you know, he just has a lot to choose from. So if you want to look around and see every single type that you could potentially want to buy or ride, this is the place for that. And it is wild that this place used to be a movie theater. We're basically standing above where the seats would be in the auditorium area for the old movie theater. But yeah, pretty neat. I mean, they've got lots of different things to ride, whether you're looking at recumbent bikes, recumbent trikes, or Delta Trikes. Delta Trikes have the one wheel in the front and the two in the back. A lot of people like those. I personally like the tadpole trike. Tadpole means there's two wide tires in the front, wide meaning wide spacing, and then the one wheel behind your head. He says they sell about 60-70% e-powered. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's the way that things are going. And they're wrapping up, right? They're closing up shop. It's about time. What's that song? Like
Closing time?
Closing time. But you know the saying where you can go somewhere, but you just can't stay here or something like that. I butchered it. I butchered that. but that's kind of how it went.
You might think you've taken a wrong turn if you find yourself in Iowa at a place called the Connecticut Yankee Pedaller. But this isn't a mistake. It's a legacy. Tucked inside what used to be a 100-year-old movie theater in Chariton, Iowa, this is a shop built on passion, family, and one very legendary literary twist. The shop's name comes from the classic Mark Twain novel, where King Arthur is saved not by knights on horses, but by riders on bicycles. That kind of imaginative energy is baked into everything here.
Connecticut Yankee Pedaller comes from a book, A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court by Mark Twain. And in the book, there's a Connecticut Yankee that goes back in time to King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. And the Connecticut Yankee decided that bicycles were better than their trusty steeds, got the knights to riding bicycles, and at one juncture in the story, the king, as in King Arthur, and the Connecticut Yankee were saved because the knights rode the bicycles to save them instead of their trusty steeds. So the thought is, ditch the horse and get a bicycle.
Today, the Connecticut Yankee Pedaller is one of the most unique and expansive trike shops in the Midwest, with over 50 models of recumbent trikes on the floor. David and his sons, Jordan and Josh, believe in going broad, not deep, giving you nearly every variation possible across all the major brands, so you can find the trike that truly fits you.
Typically, somebody's going to come in with a huge budget. They want the nicest thing out there, or they got just a small budget, and we want to be able to accommodate anybody. With roughly 51 different ones in stock, we've been able to take care of pretty much anybody if they walk in. If we can't help them out, oh man, I don't know if anybody can.
From AZUB Ice to HP Velatechnic, to TerraTrike, Trident, Greenspeed, and Cat Trike. This isn't a bike shop with trikes on the side. Trikes make up 75% of what they do here. But it's not just a showroom. Behind the scenes, you'll find a fully equipped service and repair center ready to keep your ride dialed in, whether you bought it here or rolled it in from miles away. Recently, they've taken on a mission close to the heart, expanding into adaptive hand cycles, offering freedom to those who can't use traditional pedals. Because cycling here is for everyone. This is a family business in the truest sense. 44 years strong, 18 years at this location, and still pushing forward with the same energy that once saved King Arthur. Serving riders across the Midwest and beyond, the Connecticut Yankee Pedaller is more than just a shop. It's a hub for people who want to ride differently, ride comfortably, and ride farther. So whether you're searching for your first ride or your forever trike, the journey might just begin in a former movie theater in Chariton, Iowa. Because sometimes, saving the day doesn't take a sword, it takes a trike.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the episode. If you're interested in following along on the van and trike tour, check out my Map My Travels map in the description below. It shows the path I'm taking, and it'll be updated with dates as I progress along the route. The map was built on an app designed by my friend Tice, and it's something that I've been using since I started cycling around Asia almost a decade ago. Upload routes, customize your points, and even attach videos and images to each point. It's a fun way to share your journey, and it's available now if you're interested. Tice is offering a 50% discount on a coupon code that you can get by capturing the QR code on the screen or just by clicking in the links below. It's a great way to share your tour and help out a fellow cycle traveler. Thanks again, and catch you in the next episode.